Welcome in. I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything beauty, fitness, and lifestyle for the over 50 women. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so excited about this conversation today because we're going to be talking about the boss event for December, which is the C60 Purple Power that everybody's asking a ton of questions about. And I thought it would be fun if we could hop on with Jess McNaughton. Hi, Jess. How are you?
Hi, Kimberly. Great to see you.
Great to see you too. She is the CEO of C60 and the formulator behind the C60 skincare products. So we're going to be talking with her today, but I just want to say a few things before we get started. If you're not up on the C60 thing that I've been talking about on my channel, here's what happened. I had heard about C60, which is kind of a supplement, and I thought, I really want to take that because it's a really great antioxidant. And I'd heard about C60 Purple Power from some people that I follow. And I thought, I'm going to go ahead and start taking the C60 internally. And what I take from C60 is I take the gummies. So I started taking that, and I wasn't expecting to feel anything because I was really just doing it for support for my body. Well, long story short, I was getting more energy and just feeling a little more frisky. But then I started noticing some changes in my skin from taking it internally. Well, they had sent me, Jess and her husband had sent me some of the skincare products when I talked to them about showing it on my channel. I didn't use the skincare products because you guys, I get so much skincare and I only have one face. But after I started noticing the changes in my skin from the internal C60, I pulled out the skincare and started using it. So I started using the anti-gravity serum and the youth renewal eye cream. And amazing things started happening to my skin, and I'm not making this up, and I know for sure that I'm not seeing something that isn't there because you guys started talking about my under eyes before I even started talking about the product. So, long story short, I'm just all over this whole C60 thing. It is the boss event for December. If you haven't heard about that, all the details are in the description box down below. And then I wanted to get Jess on because she formulated this skincare line so she can talk to us about what her thoughts were behind it, why she thinks it works so well, and just her experience overall. So, Jess, that was a long lead in. Thank you so much for taking the time today to spend with us. So, welcome in and tell us a little bit about how you met Ken Schwartz, who is the founder of C60 Purple Power, and how it went from there.
Well, actually, we're both the founders. We're co-founders. So let me just clarify
Okay.
there. Ken Swartz he's a friend of mine. He's a biogeochemist, and we met some years ago. I want to take one quick step back, Kimberly, and just explain kind of what C60 is in case there's anybody here who's never heard about it.
Perfect.
C60 is a molecule of carbon. It's called carbon 60, and it was discovered in the mid 80s, and the scientists that discovered it won a Nobel Prize in the mid 90s. It looks like a cage-like soccer ball. It's a looks just like a soccer ball that's hollowed out, and it works at the cellular level to lift the oxidative burden. What that means is it helps to neutralize oxidative stress and free radicals. Those are the things that actually contribute to aging. And those are the things that contribute to us getting wrinkles and brown spots on our skin. So, what C60 does is it helps to neutralize that oxidative stress and those free radicals, and it can turn itself back into water again and again. So, it can reset itself. It's been characterized as hundreds of times more powerful than conventional antioxidants like a vitamin C or a vitamin D. And the best part is you really can't take too much of it. So we manufacture 99.99% pure C60 in a lab, and we dissolve that pure C60, which is sublimated, which means that there's no toxic solvents involved in the manufacturing of it, into healthy carrier oils. So we put it into an organic MCT coconut oil, an organic extra virgin olive oil, and an organic avocado oil. And you just take a spoonful of it a day. You can add it into your morning routine, add it into your coffee, smoothie, tea. You can drizzle it on, a salad or veggies. But the idea is basically a spoonful a day to help support your cellular health. What C60 does is it helps to optimize mitochondrial function. If you guys remember from 8th grade science, in the mitochondria is like the powerhouse of the cell. It's a cell inside of your cells, actually, and it makes everything work. And what C60 does is you can think about it as kind of like a sweeper. Like, it goes in the room of the cell and it just sweeps everything out, gets the room clean, so the body can help support itself naturally. It can heal itself naturally. And so that's really kind of the power of C60. So we created the gummies that Kimberly is referring to for folks that don't like the texture of an oil, or the concept of it is just off-putting. Some people don't like oil because of the texture, and some people prefer not to take it. The truth of the matter is, if you're experiencing benefits that are noticeable with the gummies, those will be amplified even more with the oil, because the oil is actually more potent than the gummies. But the gummies are amazing. They're wonderful for travel, and I really like them in the afternoon, like around 2 or 3 o'clock, when you get an afternoon lull and you need a little bit of energy to get through the rest of your day or your meetings, or maybe you have some time between a meal and you're hungry and maybe you have a sweet tooth. The gummies are really great to support that. So we recommend that you do the oil in the morning and then a gummy in the afternoon. And the way that we came to create the skincare line is that there's been a tremendous amount of studies, both human and animal, with C60 since the mid-90s. And in human studies out of Japan, when applied topically, it was proven to lessen the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. Now, when Kimberly reached out about doing this Facebook Live, I thought I'll just show up sans my makeup. I'm 48 years old and I travel too much, way too much. In fact, if I sound a little froggy, it's because we just were at a medical conference for 4 days, and I've spoken to thousands of people, and you'll just have to please excuse me because I need a lozenge now because I've spoken too much. But the thing that really bothers me, as all women, we want to look and feel our best, and put our best face forward. I've really struggled. This is something I inherited on both sides of my families, but I have these natural under eye dark circles and bags under my eyes. If I was to show you pictures of both my parents, you could see it on both of their faces. But since I was a young child, I've had this look that I don't love, and it's heightened or it's amplified when I travel, or I don't get enough sleep, or I'm on an airplane, or and so the desire to create a product, the C60 Youth Renewal Eye Cream, was really I wanted to take advantage of the good information about C60, but I wanted to I'm putting a little bit on right now because I haven't put any on yet. I wanted to create a product that would help support with the issues that I personally struggle with. And I'm close to turning 50, and I definitely don't want to look like it. So I'm just putting it on both sides, or actually I'm just putting it on the right side of my face right now to see if you guys can see a difference after I apply it. But the intent with the Youth Renewal Eye Cream is really to help address the fine lines and wrinkles, the puffiness, the dark circles around the eyes. I love iced tea, and I live in Texas. And so I've got these wrinkles, the laugh lines around my mouth too, which bother me. So I use it down here as well, because I used a straw way too much in my 20s and 30s. But that's the intent there. The intent with the anti-gravity serum is really to help with the luminosity, the bright, youthful looking texture and quality of skin. Right now, I don't have makeup on. I will wear it if I feel like I need to wear it for a meeting or something, but I would say probably 4 days out of 7, I'm not wearing it. The older that I get, the least appealing it is to me. So
I know.
I just wanted to create products that would help me look and feel my best. And quite frankly, um, the thing that I was most surprised about in terms of feedback when we launched these products a year ago, besides women loving them, was the fact that their husbands were stealing the products. And the simplicity, what I learned, which was surprising to me, was the simplicity of having a serum that you could apply to your face and neck, and then a simple eye cream to go around your eyes. Women were loving the simplicity of it when they were traveling, but men were loving the simplicity of the products because they didn't have to think about 15 steps with skincare. They really could
Yeah.
do a 1, 2, and then they were out the door. And if they had lived a life without having a skincare routine, all of a sudden they have one. And that's been something that was really surprising to me. But
Yeah.
the concept behind it and the reason why is really because of these dark circles right here.
Yeah. What I noticed when I was just taking the C60 internally, just I would do something like reach for my coffee cup, and I'd look at my arm and think, "What's going on with my skin?" Because it was so much smoother. And what I mean is that it looked like the junctures in my skin were tighter. And I would notice, like, when I would put my leg up on my footstool, doing some work or something and looking down at my leg, and that's what really prompted me to pull out the skincare and start using it. And what I can say is the skin under my eyes is so much different.
Mm-hmm.
It is, it's smoother and firmer. In other words, as you get older, I'm 68, so the skin under my under eyes was very crepey, felt very thin and moved really easily. It still's like older skin, but it feels different. It feels smoother. And people were noticing it when I was doing videos on my channel even before I talked about this. So I know it's a noticeable shift. What I don't understand is up to this point, up to trying C60, I would say that the most impactful additional serum, I go a very basic ABC routine, but if I was gonna add an additional serum, I would say copper peptides had the greatest impact on my skin. They really firmed my skin up, those copper peptides. So I would have said that that had the biggest impact, but now I would say that this does. But what I don't understand is I understand it's an antioxidant. I don't understand why it made such a big impact. That's what I'm confused about.
Well, you're consuming it internally. So you're supporting your cells at at the cellular level. You're addressing one of the causes of aging cellularly. So you're going to the root cause essentially by slowing down and neutralizing that oxidative stress, which is essentially, you can think about it as your body resting. So instead of the clock going at the speed of which your body would naturally be aging due to the fact of all the chemicals and the things that are in our environment and everything that we're consuming, everything that's put on us that's speeding that up, you're kind of just slowing it down a little bit. So what you're doing is as the free radicals and the oxidative stress is coming in, you're neutralizing it, and your body at the cellular level is turning it back to water, and resetting itself. So C60 helps activate pregnenolone, which is the precursor molecule to all of the hormones, and it serves as a mimic for SOD and catalase, which are two really important hormones. And when you consume it, it helps just give you a nice subtle lift. So your body isn't having to work as hard. It's helping to elevate the hormones, which is very nice. It's subtle, it's gentle, but your body is healing itself inside and out. And now you're applying it topically as well.
Yeah,
So
and I
you're
think
kind of getting a 1-2 punch there.
a one-two punch.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say something, and ladies watching, you're gonna get this because most of my audience is older, closer to my age than your age. You're kind of young for our audience. Um, I have now a world-class bladder, which I didn't have before. As you age, your bladder just gets a little less efficient, and you gotta run to the little girl's room so much more. my bladder is like it was when I was in my 40s right now. And I don't know for sure if it's the C60, restoring my bodily functions, but I suspect that it might have something to do with it.
Well, I haven't heard that before, but I'm happy for you.
Thank you. Thank you
Yeah,
very
I'm
much.
very happy for you. What I can say, Kimberly, is that everybody's experience journey with C60 is unique. It's different. Most people who consume it within 30 days of daily use, they will report back notice an increase in energy and mental clarity. That's the
Yeah.
first thing. C60
Yeah.
crosses the blood-brain barrier, so it's able to go exactly to where it needs to go. It's not, you're not just peeing or pooping it out. It's going to help support your cells. But the truth of the matter is, all of us have some form of chronic inflammation, and it manifests for all of us differently. So what you will notice, and what your audience will notice, is support with the issues where chronic inflammation is affecting you. For you, perhaps it's your bladder. Uh, Maybe it's your skin and you're noticing some tightening. For Ken, who's my business partner, I don't know if you or he have shared his story, but he the creation of our company, quite frankly, is accidental. He was a research scientist, and he was trying to prove a more efficient form of nuclear fusion energy. He was upset about what had happened with Fukushima and all of the radiation going into the Pacific Ocean, and that coincidentally affecting our food supply, everything on the west coast of the United States. So he had heard about some studies in the 1950s where scientists were trying to prove this form of nuclear fusion called MOXIE fusion. But the scientists died because they didn't protect themselves from radiation appropriately, and they needed to go through the testing. And he had heard about C60 being discovered in the 80s, and the scientist winning the Nobel Prize for that. And some of the initial studies that came out, they were testing on lab rats. These are Worcester rats. They're genetically modified. They're intended for laboratory use, so they have very short lifespans. So these rats were given insane doses of radiation, and the rats that got C60 lived. And so Ken had heard about these tests, and he thought, well, I want to go down this path. I need to go down this path. And his thought process honestly was, if it's good enough for the rats they lived, I'm going to try it. So he started experimenting with it, and he had a research associate on his team who was at risk of going blind. He had wet macular degeneration, and he had lesions on the back of his eyes. He also had diabetes. And so this individual, when they started this work, he was an engineer, so he decided he was going to be very intent about making some changes to his life. He did not want to go blind. He would lose his career if he did. So he started walking daily, measuring that, made changes to his diet, started taking C60. Ken was taking it at the same time. Within about 8 months, Ken went to his optometrist. Ken had dry macular degeneration at this time, and his optometrist was surprised because there was no visible signs of dry macular degeneration. About a year and a half after taking C60, this individual on Ken's research team, his wet macular degeneration went away. He also made lifestyle changes, so I want to be clear about that. It wasn't just one thing. So as I say this, I don't want you to get the idea that I'm saying C60 is a cure for this, because it's not. C60 works very well in conjunction with healthy lifestyle choices to help amplify what you're doing, and it helps support your body. So it's a very powerful antioxidant. It's not a drug. It's not a cure-all. But I'm sharing this, Kimberly, with you in the spirit of that's how chronic inflammation was manifesting for Ken and for his associate, Gary. Now, I wear glasses. I don't have them on right now, but I haven't had an amazing vision event myself. But I've had other things happen because inflammation has manifested for me differently than it did for Ken. I
Yeah.
shared I, sh- I shared with you that it's helped my hair grow. My allergies, which are chronic, are balanced and healthy right now. And I used to have extreme debilitating pain, PMS, and menstrual pain that could have me doubled in bed, curled up in a ball for 24 hours, 48 hours, if I had the luxury of the time to lay in bed, which I've never had. Um, but those things for me all shifted and went away in about 6 months. So the moral of the story is it takes a long time for this chronic inflammation to build up, and over time you'll see some relief from the chronic inflammation if you take it. That being said, if you're somebody who's not committed to healthy lifestyle choices, if you're not focused on the things that we know actually slow down aging, which is daily movement, it could be a walk, it could be a swim, it could be joyful dancing, it could be qigong, yoga, tai chi, whatever is your thing. You have to move your body every day. You have to drink clean water every day. You've got to prioritize your sleep. Unplug from toxic fear-based television, things that are going to give you anxiety. Unplug from those things and get back to nature. Get
Yeah.
back to joyful, happy living. That's why we're here, and that's really the energy behind C60 and our movement and what we're up to, Kimberly, is you know helping people have the energy, the power, the motivation to be on purpose, to do what we're all called to do here on this planet at this time. These are really exciting, wild times to be alive here, and everybody has a special gift to contribute. And the idea behind the skincare, the idea behind our company is really just helping you have energy to feel confident to go do what you're supposed to do on the planet. And that's
Yeah.
the bottom line.
Yeah, beautifully said, beautifully said. It is exciting time on the planet. And when I first talked about C60 with my viewers, I said, "Would I have had the dramatic results that I've had if I already didn't have a very healthy lifestyle on board?" And I didn't know if I would've. So definitely cleaning up your lifestyle, getting the processed foods out of your diet, like Jess said, clean water, getting plenty of rest. I felt like because I had a very solid, very healthful skincare routine prior to starting it, would would probably lead me to believe that my results were a little bit more dramatic than they would have been had I not had that on board. So now I want to really quickly move into how I'm using it because I've seen some comments over there asking how I am incorporating it. Now, my viewers know that I've been using an ABC routine, super simple, super affordable for a long, long time. So that's the basis of my skincare. This morning, I put on my vitamin C serum, and then I put on my under eye, my youth renewal eye cream. I need to buy this by the gallon because I need it for my neck too.
It has copper peptides in it too, so
Yeah, which
you
is
mentioned that.
wonderful.
Yep.
So that goes underneath my eyes, you guys, and on top of my eyes. Don't forget your upper lids. And I know it's easy to do, but make sure you get your skincare up there as well. And then I put a little bit of the anti-gravity serum all over my face and down my neck. And then I go ahead and put on my moisturizer. This morning I used the Ordinary's moisturizer with hyaluronic acid and that sort of thing. Now, another thing I've been doing is I have the C60 skin. So this is C60 in a carrier oil. What I've been doing in the evening is I have been putting a little bit of this along with castor oil on my feet and putting little socks on and going to bed. And it's really doing a nice thing with the skin on my feet, and I know I'm getting that C60 into my body. So don't overlook the C60 skin when you're looking at the product line. This I kind of look at as, oh, a choice. Let's say if you have some dry patches or if you have a rash or some skin issue that is not necessarily the whoop, there she goes, the wrinkles and
Yeah.
crinkles that, we're dealing with on our face, so the C60 skin. So let's talk about what exactly are the formulations of both of these, and I know you just added a new ingredient into the eye cream.
So we've got ingredients in both that are as pure and clean as and natural as possible. My goal was limited ingredients to the best of our ability, but that the ones that we were going to incorporate were really going to help promote these youthful outcomes that I was personally interested in. So, in the anti-gravity serum, the base that's holding the C60 that's serving as the carrier oil, we have both organic avocado oil and organic extra virgin olive oil, and we have some really nice botanicals in there. I think that you'll notice, Kimberly, there's a light fragrance. It's not too overwhelming. It was really designed and intended so both men and women would be drawn to it and not put off by it. And so there's some lang lang in there and some lavender oil and some grapefruit extract as well. So that's really nice. But the intent there is really to create a luminous, youthful, kind of glowing quality of your skin. And then with the copper peptide, or I'm sorry, then in the youth renewal eye cream, we have, I mentioned, the base there is shea butter, organic shea butter with C60, and we've got copper peptides, and we've got vitamin C, and we've recently put some glutathione. But the idea and the intent there is really to improve the quality of the skin, lessen the appearance of the fine lines, and to address, like I said this morning, or when we first jumped on this call, I just put it on this side, to address any types of under eye circles or dark circles. So over time, and again, it's not a drug, it's not Botox, but it is that you should notice a firming, a light kind of firming anywhere that you put it, and a little lift in terms of a tightening that will be supportive of lessening those appearances of those wrinkles over time.
Yeah, it's a wonderful product. Great job.
Well,
Really great job.
I'm glad because I use it myself. Our friends and family use it, and we're excited because we're just at the beginning of our skincare journey. It's very exciting, and it's also fun when women are able to share it with other friends and family and their partners and such, and get everybody else on board.
Yeah, it's good. It surprised me. It actually has. Now, what plans do you have for the future? Do you have anything coming down the pike? Are you gonna make us a neck cream?
It's coming.
What do you
It's
what
coming.
oh, it
Yeah.
is?
Yeah. Yep. We're working on a whole line. So I would rather hold back and surprise you later when it's ready. But we've got some big plans for what we're gonna do with C60
Yeah,
and all things skin. What I would mention is, since you mentioned the C60 skin, we have it in a roller ball. And this
yeah,
is really easy to use. It's convenient. If you have like a weird patch of eczema, Kimberly mentioned flaky skin, something like that. If you have even if you have a bug bite, so C60 can help tamp down a overactive histamine response. So you can put a little bit of the roller ball on a bug bite, or if you have a weird flaky patch of skin, something like that that's really bothering you, just use the roller ball, and I think you'll be surprised in a short amount of time, once you get the benefits of C60 applied topically, what transpires next. But if you guys have any questions, I would recommend reaching out to us at oh, awesome, Tina, so good to hear that. Tina the
isn't that
nurse, I
wonderful?
love it.
Yeah,
um we've got a support team that is available Monday through Saturday, so you can email us at support@shopc60.com. If you want to learn about the studies that have been done, go to the website. It's shopc60.com/research. That's where you can see all the human studies. If you want to learn more about C60, if there's anybody that's in the science community and you want to go really down the rabbit hole, we have a separate website. It's a nonprofit. It's whatisc60.org. And if you head over there, you can see all of the research studies, human, animal, and even the studies that have been done from interests that would prefer we don't exist. So, but you can hop over there. We also have a YouTube channel. It's you could just search for C60 Purple Power. Our company name originally was C60 Purple Power, but we've evolved. We're growing up. We're just C60 Power now. And the website is shopc60.com. But Kimberly's got her own special offer, which I know she's going to talk to you guys about, that's not visible on the website. And we've never done it for anybody before. We're only doing it for Kimberly. So make sure that you check out her special offer, because you will not find it on our website. You'll only find it on her page.
Yeah, and I thank you guys so much for working with me on that.
Mhm.
Guys, the boss event details are in the description box down below. You still have until the end of the month to be able to take, advantage of this particular boss event. So if you're thinking about trying it, I can tell you it's really, really been such a game changer for my skin. I use it twice a day. Like I said, I used it in the morning. This morning, I use it in the evening again. I'm excited about the neck cream. I already use it on my neck, but a dedicated cream will be wonderful as well. Jessa, I want to thank you so much for coming and sharing your story and telling us a little bit more about the product line. I have been saying on my channel for the last several years that my skincare journey, the only thing that has happened is my skin has gotten healthier.
Mhm.
And what I love about this product is that what we're doing is it's not magic fancy creams. It's nothing like that. It's simply getting your body and your skin healthier. And I really appreciate all the work that you've done to make this happen.
Thank you. Well, you look amazing. You look beautiful. And thank you so much for helping other people learn about C60 and access it easily. And, our goal really is that women and men feel energized, look as good as you possibly can, and go out in the world and do what you're supposed to be doing on the planet,
Yeah.
and go after your purpose. So thank you so much for allowing me to step in and say hello this morning,
Oh,
Kimberly. I
it
really
was
appreciate it.
wonderful. And everyone, thanks so much for joining us. Share this with your girlfriends who are looking for a healthier lifestyle. I think they're going to love it. Thanks for joining in, everyone. We'll see you next time. I'll be back on Sunday with a very fun holiday video. Take care now.
Thanks.
Bye. Thanks, Jess.